Hey everybody, with John Walk, Jeff Reinhardt here, another episode of LL Sports Update. Word of the week is postponement.
Or snow.
Or snow.
Yeah.
If I have to chase one more girls basketball postponement makeup date, I'm going to lose my mind. Hopefully we get some basketball in here for you this week. Obviously the weather's been just a pain. Nobody's really played basketball here all week. There's been a random game or two here, I think on Monday, but nothing LL-wise since last Friday, so we'll get you some LL boys and girls basketball chat here in a couple minutes. But John's going to set up a swimming piece to get us started this week.
Yeah, Irene Snyder, she was out at Hempfield swimming practice earlier this week as the Black Knights are going for their 5th straight second crown. She caught up with a couple captains and the coach. We throw it to Irene.
And this is your first year as head coach, correct?
Yes.
So what is that like? What has that been like so far?
Yeah, it's been really great. I had a lot of great coaches that I learned from. You know, the previous coach was really well known and he had a lot of great things to learn from. So it's been exciting just taking that and kind of making it, you know, my own team.
And then for the boys team, what would it mean for them to win the 5th section championship?
Absolutely. I think, you know, it would mean a lot for them. A lot of the boys in here, you know, in their whole high school career have never lost, a high school meet. So I think they would be really excited, and it would mean a lot to them to leave their high school years with, you know, winning all their meets.
So talk to me about what you think of the season so far and how you've been doing.
It started off really good. A lot of our young swimmers are doing a lot better this season than they did last season, and I think that Hempfield's in good hands next year because all these swimmers are up and coming, and they're going to continue this tradition for many years.
And then what would it mean for you on the boys team to be able to win the 5th section championship in a row?
It would mean a lot because we've never lost a meet, and it'd just be really cool to never lose one again. But it's going to be really tough. Township is a really good team, and we know we have a lot to handle, and we're just going to give it our all, and whatever happens, we did our best, and that's what happens.
I mean, all of us want to drop some more time. Obviously, we want to get that 5th championship, and we want to get as many swimmers as we possibly can deep into the postseason, districts, states, and really get as far as we possibly can.
Okay, Irene, thanks very much for that. Big swim meet, one of the many things that was postponed this week, Hempfield against Manheim Township. Always a great swim meet. Not sure when the postponement makeup date is on that, but keep an eye on that result. That'll be huge. Hempfield Township swimming, always a huge meet. Okay, let's switch gears. LL football. Seems like we've had a lot of LL football news this winter.
Yes.
And a couple things here to report. What do you got?
Yeah, it seems like second or third straight week we have football news, and again it relates to Manheim Township. Congratulations to quarterback Luke Emge last week, named the Maxwell Football Club Pennsylvania Player of the Year for the 2017 season. He's, I think, the back-to-back years now we've had a player out of the Lancaster-Lebanon League who earned that award.
Yeah.
Going back to 2013, it's 3 players if you include Lebanon's Mark Piles, who won it 4 or 5 years ago. We all know Emge All-State selection. I'll just go over his numbers briefly. This past season for 2017, 140 of 227 pass completions, 1,880 passing yards, 24 touchdowns, 7 interceptions to go along with 455 rushing yards and 8 touchdowns. And again, Blue Streaks, historic year, knock off like 4 or 5 football stalwarts on the way to their first District 3 football crown, on the way to their first appearance in the state semifinals, on the way to winning 12 games this past season, most in program history. So congratulations to Luke. Now he goes into this pool of being one of 3 players, New Jersey,
and
Delaware, Pennsylvania, that are now in the running for the Jim Campbell Award for the Northeastern sector or something like that. But we'll keep tabs on that. For the Maxwell Player of the Year out of the Northeast. We'll keep tabs on that. We'll find out in March when that is. Another LL League football note has to do with Wilson. Tell us about it.
Yeah, congrats, Iggy Reynoso, fabulous running back for Wilson. Picked a college this week. He's headed to the MEAC. He's going to go to Howard University.
Wow.
So congrats to Iggy. Well done. Fun getting to cover him. He was at Hamburg for a couple years, transferred over to Wilson. Saw him make a lot of fun, great breakaway plays, really good back. So he's going to go play D1 college football, so good for Iggy. Cody Kegerice was the kid from Manheim Central last year who was the Maxwell Player of the Year. How cool is that for LL? Back-to-back Maxwell Player of the Years.
And both of them are well deserving too.
Oh yeah.
And had historic years in back-to-back times. And Emge's going on to Harvard. We now hear Reynosa's going on to Howard. There's a chance the Warwick quarterback Grayson Klein could be a walk-on in the D1 program. And he's still undecided, figuring things out there. So really good. Well, I guess class of 2018 coming out of the Lancaster-Lebanon League football realm.
No doubt. Yeah. Great year of LL football.
All right, on to LL League basketball news. Jeff, tell us what's going on the girls' side of things.
When it hasn't been snowing,
right.
We have solo leaders here across the board. Section 1, Manheim Township, Blue Streak 7-0, suffered their first loss on Monday night, non-league loss. They were 12-0, went over to Dallas Town, lost to the Wildcats in overtime. So Township has a loss now. Section 2, LS, Pioneers 7-0. Just one loss overall. They lost to Lancaster Catholic. Oh, and they did lose to Cedar Cliff. I'm sorry, a really good mid-pen team. So 2 losses now for the Pioneers. Section 3, Lancaster Catholic 7-0. Crusaders are undefeated. Only undefeated team now left in the LL. They've been great. Crusaders lead Section 3. Okay, couple of games. Assuming they play Thursday. Keep an eye on this one. Conestoga Valley at Manheim Township. Streaks will try to wipe out that loss from Monday, try to stay undefeated in the top of the section. Buckskins have been sneaky, 4-3, 8-5, so they're kind of in the race for districts, which is good. It's been a couple of years since CV's had a playoff game. Bucks are right in the middle of the pack to upper pack here in Section 1. Kenzie Reed is a player to look out for. Low post kid. She's had 20 plus like 3 of the last 4 games, including a 25-point night. So CV's kind of been there. Waiting for them to get that signature win. We'll see what they do with Manheim Township. Big game Friday, go down to Section 3. Northern Lebanon against Lebanon Catholic. Beavers have been great lately. Don't forget they're the 1A state champs. I think they're like 10-1 in their last 11 games. They've been playing superbly, and their only section losses are Northern Lebanon, over at Northern Lebanon the first time around, and against Lancaster Catholic. As mentioned, Northern Lebanon won that first one, and Liz Voigt has been playing out of her mind here for Northern Lebanon. She's been fantastic. Vikings did lose to Lancaster Catholic last week. Right. Speaking of Liz Voigt, 4 LL kids have 900 plus points right now, so we're going to have 4 kids get to 1,000 here soon. Carly Diffenderfer from Donegal, she should hit it first whenever they play. She's at 974. She's a senior. Alyssa Shriver from Penn Manor, a senior coming back off a knee injury. She's at 920. Janae Neal, a junior from Columbia, having a great season. She's at 926, so she's closing in. And Liz Voigt, as mentioned, was at 902. So 4 LL kids sneaking up on 1,000. We'll try to get video of all 4 of those. Stay tuned for that as we move forward. One last milestone mention on the girls' side. Kiki Jefferson, junior, Lancaster Catholic, even you know her. 1,500 points now. She went over 1,500 as a junior, sneaking up on the school record. She needs like 140 to snap Catholic school record as a junior. Wow. Margie Rhodes from Columbia is the LL's all-time leading scorer. Halfway through her junior season, Kiki Jefferson needs 1,070 points to break Rhodes' record. 1,070 sounds like a ton, but the way Catholic goes, they're going to go deep. They're probably going to play 30-plus games. So she's going to get a shot here. So if Miss Jefferson stays healthy, she's going to have a chance to be the LL's all-time leading scorer.
She's a junior?
She's a junior.
Yeah, so she still has next year.
She has all of next season, half or more this season, plenty of playoff games. She's just fantastic. So hopefully we get some basketball here soon. That's a wrap on the girls' side. Tell us about the boys.
Yeah, I'm going to hit on the standings first. I'll give you a couple games to watch this coming Friday, just because I think we're pretty confident that we'll have what was supposed to be league night number 9. It's all messed up now. And then at 1 game on Tuesday. Okay, standings, midway point of the Lancaster-Lebanon League boys hoops season. In Section 1, you have Hempfield, Cedar Crest Township on a three-way first place tie atop the standings. Section 2, it's basically Lampeter, Strasburg. They're the 2-time defending Section 2 champions there, and they look on the road to winning it for a 3rd straight time. And then everybody else after them, that entire section, Donegal, Manheim Central, E-Town, Garden Spot, everybody's in the mix there for the 2nd and 3rd spots out of that section. And then Section 3, Lancaster Catholic, a perfect 7-0 in league play. I believe they have 1 or 2 losses so far. And then 2nd place is Northern Lebanon, 6-1 through the first half of the L League schedule. And by the way, the Vikings, they got back Michigan Daub onto the court.
Good news.
He hadn't played yet until last week. He had healed up from some football injuries. And talking to the coach, George, before the season even started, he was dismayed that Dahl was out because he's their do-it-all guy. Now he's back, so the Vikings could be even better in the second half of the season. Third place, Lancaster Mennonite, 5-2 in the section, and they're awesome. They went down to the wire with Catholic in overtime last week. So Catholic, Mennonite, Northern Lebanon, all right there. By the way, the top 3 teams in each section do make the Lancaster-Lebanon League Boys Basketball Playoffs. If you want to know more on that setup, check out lancasteronline.com. Okay, on the Friday, I'll give you a couple games to watch there, both out of Section 2. We mentioned how second and third place spots out of Section 2 are basically up for grabs in the second half of the season. So a couple games of note there. Elizabethtown goes to Lampeter-Strasburg. Lampeter-Strasburg 6-1 in Section 2 in the first half of the year. That only one loss was to Elizabethtown, 41-39 back on December 18th. It'll be exactly 1 month earlier when they play us on Friday since that loss. So Pioneers, that was early in the year, and they're absolutely rolling now. Ryan Smith is the LL League leading scorer. I think he has 22 points or something like that a game. 6'10", senior forward. He's awesome. And then Donegal travels to Mannheim Central. I was at the first game when Mannheim Central traveled to Donegal, and that was back and forth. 2 awesome coaches in Kevin Dolan, Charlie Fisher, just tacticians. It's really interesting to see them go back and forth, just try different things, and it's really fun to watch both of those teams, especially when they're going head to head, because you kind of see them just playing chess with each other a little bit. And right there's 2 games that all 4 of those teams basically need to win. By the way, if E-Town beats Lampeter-Strasburg and if Donegal beats Mannheim Central, the standings after Friday would look like a 4-way second place tie, and all 4 of those teams would only be a game back of LS. Now, a lot has to happen in those 2 games, obviously, but it could get interesting in Section 2. It was a long story short.
And then tiebreaker scenarios there. Wow.
Give you a game Tuesday, just because we won't be back on camera again until next week. But Hempfield at Mannheim Township. Next week, Township, huge week for them. Tuesday, they host Hempfield, and then Friday, I believe they host Cedar Crest next week. So that's going to basically make or break their chances of possibly winning a section crown this season, or who knows, it could just be jumbled up after that again. But Hempfield goes to Township next Tuesday. If you remember, Hempfield plastered Township in their first meeting by like 30-some points. Very uncharacteristic of Blue Streaks, and they've been playing awesome ever since. It was kind of their wake-up call, so this is going to be their second shot around. And man, last Friday was 3 overtime games in Lancaster-Lebanon League Boys Basketball. 2 of them went to 4 overtimes, and one of them was that Township 4 overtime win against Warwick. So they're pumped up and ready to go. All right, another week in the books for us, Jeffrey. It's hopefully now maybe the snow will be behind us. I haven't looked ahead to the weather, but hopefully the schedules will kind of work themselves out. But we'll try to stay afloat here as we move forward.
Keep them crossed.
He's Jeff Reinhart. I'm John Walk. We'll catch you next week. Thanks for watching.